Today I'll be taking a look at the Lidl Powerfix wire stripper cum crimping pliers.
Okay, I've been sat in a hospital all week and all weekend. I've just came back, so it's starting to get a bit dark outside. So we've come indoors into the workshop to film this one. This is the Lidl Powerfix Crimping Plier Set, similar to the Tool Zone one we looked at before, except this is and what I've bought it for, it's one of them wire strippers, if you can see that there. It just happens to be you know, one of those wire stripping pliers that just happens to have crimping options as well, like similar to what the Tool Zone one we looked at. The case itself does also include, as you can see there, various terminals to crimp. A lot of them the same as what was in the Tool Zone set, but you have other little ones like that. In these pink coated terminals here. Like I say, a lot of the stuff like that is the same as what's in the Tool Zone kit. You've got a couple of sets of tie wraps that they've chucked in there for you as well, for your wiring work. And some of these other type connectors, which goes over if you wish to use those, which can go over the ends of your wire when it's exposed. A lot of people don't bother using those, especially when you can just crimp on the connector anyway. But you know, a lot of your usual ones again is mainly what's included, same as the Tool Zone. There is no yellow coded terminals or connections, however there still is a yellow colour coded side here. If you take a look at that, we can take a look at that first before we get into what I bought it for was the wire stripping function. But we'll take a look at the crimping function first. You can see that it's actually inside the handle where they've stuck it, and you've got it labelled. Actually, on the label, on the actual handle sheath, should we say, is actually where it's been labelled there. So you got 0.5 to 6, 4 to 6, 1.5 to 2.5, 0.5 to 1, and that obviously crimps down onto the other side in those points there. You've got your label in there for the red and the blue terminal and connectors. That's how it, obviously your blue sleeved connectors. Got your let's grab one out. You've got your red sleeve connectors, and you do, like we saw on the Tool Zone kit, have your yellow ones as well. So you'd put your blue and your red obviously in there, you know, in the corresponding size, and that would crimp down with that action. Again, your blue one's in that side as well, corresponding with the size. Your yellow ones, which I don't have any, obviously they haven't included any. I might get a yellow one connected. One out here. There we go, I managed to find a yellow one. A corresponding yellow one, obviously, where the code is this side, you would then fit them inside in that row, and then those teeth on the other side would then interlock and crush those there, so it's fairly straightforward there for that. I'm not certain where these terminal connectors, obviously this is to join two wires together. I'm not sure where these ones with the pink sheath comes in, so you'll just have to you know, have a bit of guesswork there, but you should have the size there anyway once you find which one is the best fitting for one of those. It could be that it's pink, it could be that it could be colour coding along with the red just fine. So, but it's just that they use pink, so, but you know, that would be for you to take a look at. There is no other real crimping functions other than you have, again, got yourself a cutter, a wire cutter there, just in the middle, similar to the tool zone pair that we looked at. So you've got a straightforward wire cutter if you want to just cut it, the wire clean off, already built in. Now you have seen these type of wire strippers here, and it's just basically that, and it's just the wire stripper. None of the other bits and bobs are on there. I have just bought it for the wire stripping functions. Like I said, we looked at a crimping plier set the other day, and you know, that was, to a degree, basically does the job. I just said that the smaller wires you have to you know, you might have to use you know, like some of these sizes here, you might have to use a pair of pliers after you'd form the crimp, a pair of pliers just to get a bit more pressure down. With these, obviously I haven't tried that yet because I haven't had to use them, I only just got them. You might still find, if you go in there before Thursday, you might still find that you've got these are still a fairly new line in there. You've still got these to try and to pick up now, right now at this moment, as this is a fresh video obviously. If you're looking a few weeks or months down the line, then obviously, unless they've come back in again, then you'll have to wait. But I'm going to take a look now at the wire stripping of these. You do get included a little Powerfix manual in the pack, so you know how that you should be using them. Like I say, it's a more efficient means of stripping wire. If anybody's ever seen these types of action wire strippers, it's a more efficient means of stripping wire than the usual type, like what was on the this tool zone set here, where you just put the ends of your wires in and then put enough pressure and then pull up. So I'll take a look at the wire stripping next. Okay, so basically when it comes to the wire stripping in here, we've got a wheel here with a plus or minus, plus this way clockwise, minus anti-clockwise. That's for 0.2 to 6 millimeters on there, alongside yep, there we go. We just move that out of the way. You can see the plus or minus. Could we focus in there? just doubt the light for 2 minutes. Don't know if we can see it. We can see the plus or minus is there for that there, and there we go, plus and minus 0.2 to 6mm on this wheel. But we've also got a stop here that you can see that moves in and out. What that does is obviously stops against the end of the wire. So if we take our cables here, this is just off an old Pier chute, an old P4 power connector. So we'll take one, you can take one of the wires, you feed that in there, put your stop, you've got a stop here, so you can put your stop or set your stop wherever you want the length of that wire to come to an end. Where are we? Alright, so we set our stop here, and wherever you want that wire to come to an end, rest against that red stop. Obviously we've got our wheel that we just went through, but then when that's all in there, just a little tight, just to keep it in place, and then you can squeeze it back, and that will set the obviously we set the red stop there to the wire, but this plus or minus on this wheel here will obviously set how much of the sheath length that you want to remove from off the end of that wire. And it's just a really straightforward, easy, simple way to do it, as opposed to the as opposed to this kind of method of squeezing and then pulling the wire up. What I usually tend to do is use either orange handle scissors and lightly cut the wire and pull it off anyway, even though I've got those kind of strippers. The previous type, the tool zone ones, because you can generally put too much on, it pulls the wire as well sometimes, so you've got to be careful with those. It pulls the wire out and it just cuts straight through it. But these ones, you can't go wrong with them. A nice removal of the sheath if you're doing if you have to do any electrical work. It's just a bonus for me that they happen to be crimping pliers as well, even though they're labelled as a crimping plier set. And also a bonus that you get some more terminal and crimping bits included in there. I personally would say that they're first and foremost, what I bought them for, a wire stripper pliers, and everything else is just secondary. So that's not what the label does. Obviously the label does a crimping plier set, but I personally think they're first and foremost a wire stripping pliers with a cutter and crimping section on there. So there you go. I'll just do one more in here. Okay. And it comes off just nice and easily. Just as simple as that. You do get them stuck, so just remember to when you took previous ones off, to shake them out. The bits do get stuck in that part there, but they should all be really